After an intermission at the Estes Hand, we are back to Pokemon Yellow. I am Jordan, the Pokemon trainer, and that is Sparkle the Pikachu. So last time we left off, we completed the first floor and the basement first floor, but now we're going to go ahead and go outside of the ship to the docks, and then we're going to complete the rest of the second floor in order for us to complete the Estes Hand, in order for us to get cut, and in order for us to proceed on forward for the game. Also, we're going to have some fun with the Vermilion Gym in this episode, so you're going to be waiting to see that. But for now, let's complete the Estes Hand. Once we're done with that, then we'll deal with the gym. Then we'll probably be able to get my hands on Squirtle, that water turtle Pokemon. No sir, I am not seasick, but I am sick from the speed-ups. Very, very much so. Well, at least getting Chris some screen time against those fighting types. And a Tentacool also, yeah. And that wrap. Good thing I speed up the trainer battles now. Unless it's something very important. Even if there's a new Pokemon, I'll pretty much speed them up because some are optional, but some are required. This one's very optional. But yeah, this area is defeated, and therefore, look at that tattoo. Man, you're so careless. You, sir, are correct. There's about like over 600 Pokemon now. And thanks to your mind, well, actually there has been more than a bunch of Pokemon since the beginning. Anyways, there's a backstory to this ship. Well, you see, there was a party going on, and that's why Bill the Pokemanic was invited. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to come because of, well, you know, circumstances, and that's why we went here and took his place. But in Pokemon anime, the Estes Hand was completely different, making it more like some sort of a Titanic-esque ship. Well, it has a tragic end out of his, well, I don't know if it was the first voyage, just that I know, but the Estes Hand did indeed had a very terrible time out there, and Nash and his friends, including Team Rocket, had a very bad time at the Estes Hand. I mean, hell, it even gave points of experience where trading your own Pokemon away. Sure, you could trade away your Pokemon all you want in the games, but it's different likewise. If you actually really do want to give away your pet for another one, then you're really going to miss your own pet when you really think about it. And that just really makes it a sad story when you think about it, because, well, you know, you grow so attached to it, even if you hate it, you still feel some attachment to it. And speaking of attachment, well, not much of attachment, but we get a full Snorlax, which is the normal type. And boy oh boy, Snorlax is one powerful normal type. No, it's not because of the fact that Snorlax can probably do some sumo wrestling. No, and also not because of the fact that Snorlax is fat as well. It's the fact that Snorlax came from the mountains. And because of that, Snorlax therefore is a very powerful normal type. Okay, I know that's some complete, well, crap right there, but Snorlax is indeed a powerful normal type, and if you really do want to have a powerful normal type, I suggest Snorlax, but if you don't want to have a slow Pokemon, then I suggest someone else. Well, I'm not going to keep Fearow forever. As much as Fearow is a powerful normal type, then, well, of course, Fearow is going to be replaced eventually, but for now, I'm going to keep Fearow where it is, Chris. Yeesh, I don't know what was wrong with me. Anyways, Goldeen, pure water type. Nothing more, nothing less. But it does have some horn attacks, and the Goldeen is pretty much the equivalent of a goldfish. But with that, the Fisherman has been defeated, and I don't know why, but when it comes to Fisherman, I just don't like their rods. There are some fun things about some censorship going on, especially in the second game, Gold and Silver. Also, well, there's some. If you really want to check out the censorship, then I really recommend checking out Wikipedia for more info and anime and self-destruct. It's kind of a bad move. Well, actually, it's not bad. It's just more of a suicidal type of move. It's a normal type move, yes, but it has the attack, it has the defense, it has defense, and therefore your Pokemon get hit like hard, very hard. There's even a more powerful version of self-destruct, which is called Explosion, and man, it's very powerful in the right hands, especially with Pokemon high attack power. And by the way, Snorlax can indeed know self-destruct, and therefore that really makes it very much of a threat. that is pretty much what you need to know later. How people riding on Pokemon just to get on the water. I'm not sure why the humans can't swim, but they're just straight out some humans that cannot not be able to swim. Well, then again, he can't swim forever. I mean, eventually he will tire out and he will drown, but anyways, another gentleman. Let's go ahead and take care of that gentleman, please. Man, Chris is packing up those Fury attacks. Anyways, that gentleman, you have introduced to a new Pokemon, I think. Ponyta, pure Fire type, and evolved into a Rapidash. Well, you saw last episode. Which, by the drawing, it does look pretty horrible, but Rapidash is a pretty unique Pokemon. Well, it has some pretty damn good speed, by the way. It is a Fire type, but unfortunately, since it is a Fire type, well, there's some problems with it. Namely in base stats. What are base stats, you ask? This has been the one we've been looking at the entire time. It's what the Pokemon base stats are pretty much what the Pokemon generally, what each Pokemon will have. Like Bubsy here. The Bulbasaur line will generally have decent special and decent special defense. Next generations anyways, but other than that, let's just take care of this Jigglypuff so that we can actually proceed on forth. Boy, Buzzy really took care of that Jigglypuff pretty easily. And these are lesser trainers. Oh, and by the way, there are also some other trainers that have their Pikachus of their own. But since in this game we have a starter Pikachu of our own, we won't be seeing any other Pikachus. Much like in the anime. No, I'm being serious. There's barely any other Pikachus in the anime. Except for the wild ones, but that's pretty much it, unfortunately. There's also another trainer that has his own Pikachu, but other than that, you really won't see any other type of Pikachus. And that is very sad. Let's go ahead to the Pokemon Center for us to complete this dungeon, because there is a trainer waiting for us. And who is this trainer, you ask? Let's not be so surprised. It's freaking Kusi, known as Blue. Don't you dare say your bonjour on me. Sparkle's pretty angry. Yeah, I wasn't buying thanks to Bill. Oh yeah, sure, you have 40 kinds of Pokemon, but what are those 40 kinds of Pokemon going to do will help you when you're not really using them in the heart of battle? Anyways, here's Blue battle number 3. You'll have this. Is it 3? Well, 3 if you count out the optional battle, which I unfortunately skipped. But yeah, Spearow, level 19, it's gone. You don't have to worry about it. No special moves here, just the moves that it knows by heart. At least by a little wop. Next Pokemon, Rattata. Nothing out of the ordinary, let's just take care of it with... What do I want to take care of it with? Quite simple, let's take care of it with Bubsy. With nothing but Vine Whip, Span, and probably an occasional Tackle. But that Rattata is not going to live to see it at the end of this day. Also, if you couldn't help but notice, our rival actually has a new sprite now. Yeah, the rival actually has 3 different kinds of sprites. The sprite we saw at the beginning of the game, the sprite when she's getting progressively better, and the sprite when he becomes, well, the final boss. Yeah, I spoiled it for you guys, but how is he the final boss? We'll find out very much later at the end. Up next is Sandshrew. Again, nothing much to deal with. Just to know what kind of moves it knows by level up. If you really want to know what moves it knows, I recommend checking something out. But other than that, Sandshrew is pretty much gone. Up next is a star Pokemon, Eevee. Again, the only moves it knows by level up. And I kinda know from experience, by the way. So let's take care of normal type with normal type. Normally I would love to use, well, Sparkle to take care of this Eevee. Show how our starter Pokemon went out. But unfortunately, Chris is not doing a very hot job right now, thanks to it missing Fury Attack so many times. There we go, Fury Attack. Until I only hit the enemy 2 times, and that's Sand Attack. Oh boy. That is gonna be a trouble. You know, if it wasn't for the fact that Sand Attack is normal in this generation, I would appreciate it, but unfortunately, it's not a ground type, so Chris really can't take sand in his eyes, and therefore that really gives Chris a bad time. But luckily the Eevee's almost down with some very slow HP, well unfortunately, Chris keeps missing, and surprise, surprise, Daddy never attacked at all. Anyways, our rival Kusi has been defeated, or at least my rival Kusi has been defeated. Yeah, I have been raising my Pokemon, unlike you. Master of Cut, huh? I don't get a paper cut. Oh, excuse me about seasickness. And well, might have put Smile later on the thing. Well, at least Sparkle's happy. But anyways, let's check what this captain's all about. Cause the ship won't leave until the captain is ready. Surprise, surprise. He really wants to get rid of that seasickness. He's so much so that he's throwing up on that trash can right there. He really didn't like it. And how do we cure seasickness? Simple. We rub the captain's back. Rub, 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 rub. Scrub, scrub, scrub. Scrub, scrub, scrub. Scrubbing everywhere on your back. Yeah, I wish I could see your cut with your sword. I don't know if he uses his sword to his cut, but anyways, we got HM1, which contains cut, which is a normal type move. Despite of it being helpful in the game, while outside of the field, I really wouldn't recommend teaching one of your party members, if you're really going to use them, the move cut. So therefore, I really recommend having another kind of Pokemon out there. Anyways, we are pretty much done here, so why not get out in style? Normally I would have skipped this, but this is going to be the last time seeing this, so let's savor the moment. Meanwhile, in the background, people are screaming adios. Also, look at that water texture, it's moving along with the boat. Look at this is on rails. The SS Aaron has left. If we try to go back, we will not be able to go there. Unless we do some kind of glitch, but unfortunately that is not the case. Anyways, back at the Pokemon Center, we need to go ahead and not only deposit some items, but we need to go ahead and withdraw the Paris that we have in order for us to use Cut. Why Paris? Because no way in hell I'm gonna teach Ivysaur my Bulbzy Cut. That'll be a waste of a move. That'll be a waste of a move slot, so therefore be reasonable and teach the Paris Cut instead. It's not like that Paris is gonna be used anywhere else. I mean, Paris is the kind of Paris line is a pretty horrible kind of Pokemon. With it being grass and bug, therefore having a lot of weaknesses. So therefore, I really wouldn't recommend using Paris anyways. But since we have the Paris here, let's go ahead and use Cut on that tree. Or bush. Whichever. Anyways, Cut is also used to cut off the wild grass which you see in the area. I'll be showing it sometime later, but for now, let's go ahead and go to the gym. So what is gym basically all about? Well, gym leader in this place is Lieutenant Surge. We refer to him as Lightning American. Thanks to that stuff, we know that he specializes on electric type Pokemon. Therefore, using water types and flying types is not really recommended unless you want a challenge. Though it's still not recommended because you are gonna faint. And you're probably more likely gonna lose that Pokemon to an electric type. Hope you enjoy seeing Magnemite and Voltorb because that's all you're gonna see in this gym. Normally there would have been the Pikachu here too, but unfortunately this is not red and blue and green. So therefore all we see is Magnemites and Voltorbs. Nothing here but sailors and gentlemen, and also an occasional new class to which you're going to see now. Also, at least you have a hint how to do the puzzle. This puzzle it's pretty much luck based. If you waste a lot of time just doing the puzzle, then you really are not going to be happy. Why is it with people on the whips? I know it's not really a whip, but seriously. I know it's more likely a microphone or a guitar. I don't know which. Though I think rockers generally use electric type. I really don't know, but I think generally electric types. But since this is an electric type gym, I really don't know. have to look it up. And that Voltorb was gone, the one in the morning thing I'm very afraid of self-destruct, which is why I really don't want to use Sparkle here because of his weak defense. Made a mislab for the very first time, Sparkle, but at least you do some decent amount of damage to the Voltorb because, you know, it's also some low defense as well, despite being pretty fast. Yeah, you are fried. Unfortunately, I do not like your whip. Not one bit. Yeah, you get the switches inside the garbage cans. You need to connect one to the other in order for you to open up the gates in order for you to face Lieutenant Surge. You're strict CEO. What does CEO mean? Commanding officer. How do I know? Well, blame partially the fact that it saw some military movies, and has some knowledge of the military, and also blame partially on Metal Gear. Metal Gear. That joke is way overused, by the way. Sonic Boom does 6 damage and does exactly 20 HP. It's very dangerous when you have a low level Pokemon with it, but the higher the level, the more trouble someone will get. Yeah, I know the door went open. What a very man. Also, I couldn't help but notice one thing. Gym is kind of based on the SSN. Well, at least the structure anyways. I know the structure in the Cerulean Gym is based on Pool, and the first gym on the Cave. I'm not sure why this gym is based on the SSN. It's kind of confusing. Well, because the electrical kind of both, but yeah. And this is how this puzzle works normally. There's a switch under there, so you need to find one of the switches which are closer to the thing, and there we go. I got lucky there, but if it failed, then, well, the puzzle would have reset, and all the numbers would have reset too. Yeah, there's only trash here. Anyways, this is Lieutenant Surge. Well, unfortunately, like any other gym leader, he doesn't even have a unique sprite. Instead, he just looks like some sort of a punk with a tomahawk. Which is, this isn't really Lieutenant Surge. I really know who Lieutenant Surge would be later on. Hey, don't call me pint-sized. And which actually fits well to Lieutenant Surge's attitude as well, or at least his personality in anime, where he just pretty much makes fun of people who are small. He especially made fun of Ash and his Pikachu, considering that what his Pokemon is. By the way, he only has one Pokemon. And that is a level 28 Raichu. Thunderbolt, Growl, Mega Punch, and Mega Kick. This Raichu will definitely wreck you up if you're not prepared. Or because this is the evolved form of Pikachu, by the way. And this is what Pikachu will look like if we want Pikachu to evolve. Unfortunately, we are not going to be able to evolve Sparkle. And man, that Thunderbolt did a lot of damage even after paralyzing it, so let's do something reasonable. Now let Sparkle faint, and use Pinky instead. Well, at least that Raichu missed, but instead of doing anything, how about we use Transform to use Raichu's power against it? Because, you know, I want to have fun with this instead of just being boring and using Dig. So, that's the moves. Mega Punch, Mega Kick, and Thunderbolt. I say screw it to Growl, because, well, why bother using Growl against a Raichu? Boy, am I getting lucky with those punches and kicks. And that's how you deal with a Raichu, everyone. Oh, without Dig. That is very helpful. And luckily, Sparkle was able to level up thanks to him seeing a Raichu in action. The Tensor has been defeated, and he's like, whoa! Anyways, the Thunder Rider was won thanks to him. The Thunder Badge cranks up our Pokemon speed. I really don't know how that kind of badges really work anyways, I really don't know. And we can use Fly at any time. What is Fly? It's pretty much a cheap way to fly place to place, like what the fan of the Pokemon fan club said. At this point, making a bicycle obsolete. Electric Surge is powerful, but for users against ground types. Yeah, we learned that from Pewter City. And luckily, Sparkle's very happy. Though at the same time, Sparkle was not very pleased with the fact that he was not able to take on Raichu. Instead, he only got a bit of in the way. Electric. Sir, you're funny, and you deserve an award for that. And let's go ahead and talk to the officer in order for us to get Squirtle, because obviously Squirtle does need a new trainer, as of being a delinquent. Or, yeah, delinquent Squirtle. Let's take care of the Squirtle. Okay, maybe not really. I'm not going to be using a Squirtle as my main water type. I mainly want to use a different kind of water type, and one that we're going to get eventually soon anyways, which is why it's having a Bubble Beam and not a Water Gun. But let's look at Squirtle's data. Tiny Turtle. Shoots water prey while in the water. Water Gun, by the way. Withdraws into a shell when it's in danger. Withdrawal. So anyways, next time Pokemon Yellow, we'll return to Cerulean City and check out some other stuff. So, I will see you guys next time.